Good day everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick, we're on the Atari 2600. We have a fairly quick look at a game called Centipede, published by Atari from 1982, based on their arcade cabinet from 1981. It's a super classic game from the golden era of arcade gaming. It's a shooter in a sense. We control a bug blaster down the bottom, we go up and down a certain distance, but we must destroy all the segments of a centipede coming down the screen. It's fast, it's frantic action. Did have a sequel, I think the arcade at least, called Millipede in 1982, so we'll see how far I get on this one, on my first ever go of this particular version. So here it comes. So I can go up and down limited distance. Now on the bottom left you see some white squares, they're my live left. Don't bump into that spider. You get extra points for shooting other mushrooms and segments. Now in the arcade version there were like mushrooms. Here it looks like they're just little brown lines. Right, other popular games back in the day about this era were Pac-Man, and well, Miss Pac-Man I suppose, and Asteroids. So this is one of the classic games. Right, next screen. I think if I had this one back in the day I would have been fairly pleased. Seems to be representing the game of Centipede quite well. The main problem I seem to be having is colliding with that spider that comes down every now and again. So basically the Millipede shoot all the Centipede, I should say, shoot all the segments. When you shoot one it might turn into well, equivalent of a mushroom and change the direction of the thing. So you know, you have to avoid getting hit and destroy all those segments. Now I don't know what the Centipede's done in particular that's bad to us. It's a fairly basic game. I think we covered it on a compilation as well, and even the Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo, or maybe both, I can't quite remember. My brain's not quite how it was. Now, well, what's that bit up there? I don't know, you might know. Now if you want to see other Atari 2600 games being reviewed, we're getting quite a few now. They're all in there in the playlist. To get there, click on my username, then that takes you to the channel page. Click on playlist and Atari 2600 will be there, along with a load of other stuff. So this is early 80s, my favourite era for retro gaming, or gaming as it was then. 1982, arcade cabinet 1981. I never played the arcade cabinet, I'm afraid to say. I would have been about, well, 7. I would have struggled to reach the joysticks or whatever it had, but I would have loved it. Right, a go again. Starting again. Doodly diddly did. The sounds are pretty okay. A lot of the Atari 2600 games got deeper sounds on this, but this sort of like suffices. The thing that your actual character is a little bit borrowing that brown cube. This is the PAL version. The NTSC might have had a red one. But anyway, it changes the colours ever so slightly. Red seems to come out as brown. Quite a few. It did on Defender also. But the reason I've done the PAL version is because I'm based in the UK. I try and recreate the experience I would have had that game back in the day. So it's fairly basic, but it does what the arcade cabinet should do. And it's now a question of how far you can get and what different levels there are. Looks like the Millipede is getting Centipede. Don't call it a Millipede, Nick. The Centipede is getting a bit quicker each time. Right, so I'm getting the hang of the thing. It controls okay, to be honest with you, and now it's gone to sort of like a pinky colour. Good, I can't say too much more about this game. If you like Centipede, you'll like this. It was one of the highest grossing, I think, arcade games from 1982. Apparently it had a large following of female game players, so you know, it's one of their favourite ones, or your favourite ones. There, if you played it back in the day, no matter what gender you are, there used to be just 2 genders, now there's about 52 billion. But whatever gender you are, comment below, and if you like the game. I do like the Atari 2600. I've commented before, I was a bit too missed me ever so slightly. I come in on the ZX Spectrum, the rubber keyboard, but it's all about fun, beating stress here. The channel itself is never about expert gameplay. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It's nice and relaxed there. You're never going to get shouted at for different opinions. And please get those numbers up. That would be rather good. A huge thank you to the members as well, keeping the channel running. Thank you. Thanks, gang. Right, kaboom, kasplat, keep firing. So this might very well be a short review, because I pretty much told you everything so far as the game's over again. Shoot the centipede, shoot the segments, shoot the spiders for extra points. When you shoot a segment, it turns into a mushroom, or in this case a horizontal line, and that'll be another barrier for the centipede to bounce off, so making it harder to predict where they're going to go to shoot them. And that's pretty much it, really. As soon as you shot all the segments, it's on to the next stage, which is typically a different colour. There might be more things like spiders bouncing around to kill you, but then that'll be about it. If you're a huge spider bouncing around killing people, then comment below what's your beef how's your day gone today? Gotta love 8-bit gaming, classic, takes you back to a time, if you were there. It might take you back if you weren't there, like a time machine. Biff, biff, baff, boff, baff, biff, boff. Yeah, anyway. As a kid, I think I would have played this more as an adult. It's failing to grip me because of the nostalgia, because I didn't play it. The nostalgia's not quite there, but I can see it's an accurate recreation of Centipede. I don't know if Millipede came out on the Atari 2600. Did it? Let me know if it did. I got a funny feeling that if it did, it might be a little bit better than this. A bit like the difference between the original Pac-Man and then Moose Pac-Man, which they really got a hold of there. The Centipede is flashing a little bit. Looks like because there's pink and purple and red seem to be its primary colours. It's a little bit tricky when you get down to the last one to try and line it up, but you can go up and above. I think once you get to the bottom of the screen, it will just go back up again. So that is absolutely fine. I think when I played it on the compilation, I wasn't aware you could go up and down, but now I know. Now I know it. So there's two centipedes looking really, really small. Yes. Why is it turned into two of them? Oh man, caravan. Now that spider's getting on my nerves now. Let's do be a little bit cavalier. Zip round the screen. Oh, I've got kaboofed. Right, okay. So, I'm still alive. This is my last life though. You can see on the bottom left there's no white squares left, indicating how many lives they've got. So this is the last one. And it's getting a bit crazy now. There's some sort of scorpion that went across, and I think that's me done for, is it? Right, okay, still seem to be, I don't know what's going on now. Attack, attack, attack. I went into another game automatically, that's what essentially happened. Bib, 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 bib. Right. Just keep your ears on, keep your eyes on. Good advice. Keep your nose on as well. Don't let your nose fall off. Right, flashing red stuff, a green spider. I'm not really paying attention. Right, keep going. I can do this. I've got this. I think I might have restarted the game accidentally a few times. Right, hang on a minute. I've got this now. Let's just concentrate on the points. Go as high up as you possibly can. It's continuous. It's continuous till you lose all your lives. If you have lost all your lives, then comment below. Are you a ghost? That means I need to go to ghost practice, yeah. At ghost practice, we just stand by the bottom of someone's bed who's trying to sleep and go, woo! That's a good old job. Right, hang on a minute. You've seen how the game plays, you know if you want to track it down or not, don't you really? I have to be 100% honest, really. I can appreciate it for what it is. I think it represents Centipede very well, but I don't think it's a game that would have captured my imagination a great deal, other than those first few goes as a kid. Some people love it, but some not really doing it 100% for me. That's just me. That's just me. Oh, what's that? Someone just lost their brain. I could do one of those. Right, what we're on 7,471. Right, this is my best score so far, isn't it? Don't muck up, big nose. Good advice. That's what Mr. Miyagi said to the Karate Kid. And yeah, that's what Yoda said to Luke Skywalker. Don't mess up, big nose. Good advice. Good advice at any time. To give anyone, and that's the end of that one again. So you know, you pretty much know what I think about this game, Centipede. It's okay. Graphically, it represents it well. I do miss seeing the mushrooms there. Look, I mean, you can see it on the title page. I don't know why you couldn't see it actually within the game itself. That's a bit strange. If you could see the mushrooms there and the centipede would be a bit like that title screen, I think it would have been a little bit better. I think that's fair to say. So I hope you liked having a look at that game. That was Centipede, of course, published by Atari in 1982, based on the arcade cabinet from 1981. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, any ports or conversions, then by all means stick them in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and it does create a bit of activity on the channel, so thank you for that. So till next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.